John Kramer and I are here at the Triple J Ranch in Miami, Oklahoma, about an hour and 45-minute drive from Tulsa and a short hop to the Mother Road, Route 66. So what better place than this to show you what is the largest automobile collection ever to come to a Mecum auction. It's coming to Houston. It's the Triple J Ranch Auto Collection. How do you describe this?
Well, let's begin, Bill, by saying that there's over 170 vehicles selling at the upcoming Mecum's Houston auction, everything at no reserve.
With that many vehicles, how are we going to show everybody an overview of all of these vehicles?
Well, it's going to be tough, but I think we're up to the challenge. Here's what we're going to be looking at. Pre-war classics, 50s, 60s, customs, Restomods, performance cars from all eras, and late model exotics.
So let's get to work, right? JK, just admiring the interior on this 55 F100 Ford pickup. That's a Restomod. The Restomod market right now, as you know, is red hot. And this is a perfect example of why people love them.
Well, this could be the poster child for the definition of a modern Restomod, Bill. Vintage body, but upgraded all the way. Engine, transmission, suspension, braking system, deluxe leather interior, and modern Foose wheels as well.
And this truck is high-end all the way. You know, I was thinking the post-war World War II hot rod period really is where the Restomod market of today got started. And there are some great hot rods in here as well. Saw a 32 Highboy in here, also a 49 Ford that's been given the Pro Street treatment. So everything's being represented.
Well, and you know, the more traditional Restomods that we're used to seeing all the time, such as Camaros, Mustangs, a lot of those with the Restomod treatment as well.
Corvettes, JK, I'll tell you, this one really pulled me right over. 67, 427, 435 coupe, wow.
A lot of people might consider this, Bill, to be the quintessential Corvette. Goodwood green, the #1 color in 1967 as well, but to me, it's all about what's under the hood.
Yeah, that big block is definitely the engine to have in these 67s, along with the side exhaust and the bolt-on wheels. And there are other Corvette generations that we're going to find here.
Right, actually the collection starts off with a 1954 from Generation 1, known as a C1, but we jump all the way through the different generations through the C6. We've got coupes, we've got convertibles, we've got big blocks, and we've got small blocks too, and automatics and manuals as well.
Well, one of my favorites besides this one is the 62 convertible that pretty much makes sense since we're so close to Route 66. Well, JK, we've got some pop culture icons in this collection. You know, when you think back to our favorite TV shows and movies, a lot of times there are vehicles in those shows that we remember the most, like the Monkey Mobile from the Monkeys TV series back in the 60s.
Yeah, show ran 66 through 68, and it's really this car that all these years later is directly tied to that show. This example, built by the Barris family.
Now, the original Monkey Mobiles, there were two built by Dean Jeffries, who also built the Green Hornets ride, the Black Beauty, and there's a memorable remake of that car in this collection as well. But Marty McFly's ride of choice, it's the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah, no doubt about it. One of the probably the most easily identifiable movie car of all time. And this one, much like the Monkey Mobile, very well done.
It's kind of exciting to see these remakes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really kind of an A-list. We've got Grease Lightning from the movie Grease. We've got Herbie from The Love Bug. We've got the Flintstone Mobile. We've got the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. What else?
Well, let's see. We got the Hudson from Dick Tracy, and also, yeah, that Cadillac ambulance from Ghostbusters. Well, we are a couple of muscle heads, and so in a collection of 170 cars, you know we're going to find some American muscle like this.
1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302 Sports Roof, 302 cubic inches, high wind and small block power, 4-speed manual transmission.
Yeah, and it's a non-shaker hood car as well. A lot of people may like that. You know, it's funny that just about every American manufacturer who was in the muscle car game back in the 60s and 70s and somehow represented in this collection.
Right, other than Fords and Chevys, We got some great cars as well. Mercury Cougar from 1969. Variety of Pontiac GTOs, including a 69 Judge and a 64 GTO from the first year. 1971 Dodge Charger RT with a 440 in it, and maybe my personal favorite of all the performance cars here, a 1969 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, one of only 697 built.
Taking us back to Woodward Avenue.
Well said.
Well, our little Cook's tour of this collection wouldn't be complete without the trip back to the 1950s. Represented by this car, the 1958 Packard. When was the last time we saw one of these? This, of course, is a reflection of that marriage between Packard and Studebaker before that ended in 1958. Also have a 1959 Edsel, but you've got much better news from the manufacturing front in the 50s.
Well, the mainstream manufacturers doing very well in the 1950s and well represented with this collection. Fords, Mercurys, Oldsmobiles, even Cadillacs.
Yeah, and we can go back even further than that, can't we?
Yeah, you know, there's no doubt that the vehicle that put America on wheels, the Ford Model T, well presented here, and on top of that, its successor, the Ford Model A, a real history lesson.
Yeah, history is right. This is like a Smithsonian for the automobile.
Right.
John Craman, you've got to love a collection that satisfies the truly power-hungry like you and I. And the Triple J Ranch Auto Collection fills that bill both domestically and internationally.
Bill, this is a 2005 Lamborghini Murcielago. 6.2 liters of V12 power, has 581 horsepower, and it's rare too. Only 284 built in 2005.
And more international delicacies too, right?
Yep, how about an Audi R8? We've got a Lotus, we've got an Aston Martin, and more.
And here back in this country, not one but two Vipers, and they are exceptional. 2003 limited edition Copperhead edition, plus we've got a 2013 GTS Coupe in Darth Vader Black that has 640 horsepower.
Well, let's not forget about modern American V8 power. We've got Dodge Challengers, we've got a Charger, we've got Camaros, we've got Mustangs, all with some nice tuner upgrades.
Power's a beautiful thing.
Indeed it is.
Well, there's obviously no way we can show you all 170 cars in the Triple J Ranch Auto Collection, but JK, I was thinking, this is almost like a microcosm of the Mecum auction itself with all the variety, and that's what everybody can expect to see in Houston.
Right, and I call it opportunity, Bill, the opportunity for buyers to be able to select a car in virtually any collector car price range and any collector car category. I'm going to be paying special attention to the Corvettes, muscle cars, and Restomods.
And that's the Mecum auction coming to Houston, Texas, the NRG Center, March 31st through April 2nd. And if you can't be there to join us, well, you can watch us on Motor Trend.